Welcome to This Month in Games for July 2020. We've got a great bunch of AAA and Indie titles to talk about this month, so let's get started. The Paper Mario series started out on the Nintendo 64 in 2001. It placed the ubiquitous Mario into his first role-playing adventure, with turn-based battles and slowly increasing stats, rather than just jumping and squishing enemies. The paper aesthetic featured cut-out cartoon versions of Mario on fully 3D rendered backgrounds. The Origami King is the sixth game in the series, and the first one to be released on the Switch. In this game, the entire world is rendered out of carefully folded paper. A new enemy, King Ollie, has torn the world asunder, ripping holes in the world and turning Bowser and his minions into folded paper creations. The battles happen in two phases: a ring-based puzzle where you move enemies into position, and a turn-based phase where you attack them. Meanwhile, you gather confetti to help patch up the holes in the world and open up new locations while finding hidden toads and uncovering more details about the plot. The world is gorgeous with lots of soft shades and greens and blues, and it feels good to patch up the holes. It's also seamlessly connected, unlike in previous games, so you can wander more freely and backtrack if you like it. Boss battles are set up like intricate puzzles using the ring mechanic. It's a lot of fun. Ghost of Tsushima is not, as I had initially hoped, about the epic naval battle in 1905. But it is about a lone Japanese samurai in the 13th century who needs to kill hordes of invading Mongol warriors to avenge his family. And that's pretty awesome. The swordplay and combat is smooth and violent, and the world itself is like a beautiful, dreamy painting. The art style and graphics are stunning, as you can see. The game itself is an open-world adventure with a long list of things to do and activities to pursue. You can compose haikus or collect lanterns, in between elegantly slicing your enemies. The main story is about 25 to 30 hours if you play it straight through, but there are plenty of distractions and side quests to lengthen your playtime. Bottom line, if you love samurai stories, but found the combat of Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice a little too difficult, this is definitely the game for you. Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus is the latest game set
in a grim, dark future where there is only war.
In the lore, the Adeptus Mechanicus are the machine cult of Mars, a group of tech priests devoted to blessing and worshipping ancient human technology. In the Warhammer universe, humanity has spread throughout the galaxy, but has been pushed back by both malevolent aliens and literal demons slipping through the holes that faster-than-light travel has ripped through the space-time continuum. To survive, the Imperium of Man has embraced all kinds of metaphysical strategies, including the tech priests, who dream of becoming one with the machines. But whose side are these mages really on? Mechanicus is a turn-based combat game punctuated with narrative decisions. You start off on a wandering Adeptus starship and must decide which planets and ancient ruins to explore. The combat has echoes of XCOM, and the storyline has all the kinds of twists and betrayals that you'd expect from a Warhammer 40k property. If you love this setting, and there are a lot of folks who do, this game will be right up your alley. Superhot was originally released in 2016 and was a flat-shaded first-person shooter with a single intriguing mechanic. The enemies and their bullets only moved when you did. The game was a fantastic puzzler, and the virtual reality version, which came out a year later, was a transformative experience. The follow-up game, Mind Control Delete, takes a slightly different approach. Instead of predefined levels as in the original, the sequel has nodes where you play through a series of randomized levels in a row. Once you kill a certain number of enemies, you can advance to the next level. Sadly, there are no plans for a VR version for now. Neon Abyss is a 2D roguelike pixel art platform shooter. You are part of Grim Squad, a team formed by Hades to infiltrate the layers of hell and destroy a group of gods who are causing trouble. or something like that. The story isn't super clear, and it may not really matter. The gameplay is smooth and fun, there are lots of weapons and power-ups to collect, and you can collect digital pets that will follow you around and help you out. The rooms are randomly generated, but at the end of each stage, you get a seed code that lets you or a friend play through the same level again. If you like fun platformers like Dead Cells, you'll like this. Finally, Carrion is a survival horror platform game, but with one very big difference. You play as the monster. You're a big, red, sprawling, multi-tentacled horror, and you need to kill as many of the humans as you can to feed your endless hunger. It's a short game, maybe 3 or 4 hours for the main story, but those hours are filled with pure fun. You dash through tunnels, ensnare and eat humans, and sometimes even mind control them to solve puzzles. Well, that's all for this month in games. See you next month.